I'm here near 18th Street and 4th Avenue Southeast, and earlier today I spoke to one man who tells me he heard about 6 gunshots from around the corner, and then he saw another person run through this neighborhood and go on this grass that you see here.
And actually, crews I just spoke to say they expect to go into the early morning hours to put out this fire. Again, I'll step out of the way so you can take a look here.
And it's opening night for the Cedar Rapids Colonels baseball team. They take on the Peoria Chiefs tonight at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
And renters can still take part in the city's single-stream recycling program. It just needs to be in smaller boxes like this one. And the city will pick it up once a week.
X's like that one behind me mean that people should not go beyond that wall or really even inside that home. So people that are allowed to live in this neighborhood tell me they're just thankful they have a safe place to stay each night.
Joining me live now is Senator Joni Ernst, and you told me just a couple minutes ago it is really important for your job that Governor Reynolds maintains that seat. Is that correct?
A judge has sentenced a Southeast Iowa man to 5 years in prison for an incident where his girlfriend jumped to her death from his car.
As we were driving to this scene, you could actually see this along Highway 100, just black smoke pouring out right now. Now take a look at behind me. This is a part of a home, the roof to be specific here, and that belongs to this pink home behind me here. And it wasn't just the roof, they also lost a chunk of their patio. I spoke to one of the women living inside of here, and she tells me it's just been an emotional afternoon.
If you've taken a drive down Collins Road anytime over the last year and a half or so, chances are you've seen this construction and maybe even got into a traffic jam.
So let's do first for people that, maybe they didn't wake up with us early this morning and maybe are just getting out of bed now, or they were dealing with kids and stuff. Let's give them a run through of what happened overnight.
I spoke to a few of Molly Tibbetts' friends today, friends that helped put out posters with Molly's information all throughout town here. And now they say because of today's news, they are going to change some of their daily routines. Alexis Morrison first met Molly Tibbetts in the 8th grade.
We ran our whole high school and middle school career together.
They were competitors. Molly ran for BGM High School and Alexis for Montezuma schools. Alexis says she always looked forward to races against Molly.
We were always right by each other during every race.
It didn't matter who won. What mattered was personal bests, and the two encouraged each other.
Pray together and stuff before every race to help each other.
Morrison and her family are still in disbelief what happened to Molly Tibbetts.
Her folks did everything they could to make sure she was prepared and educated and okay, and it just a senseless act that was done to her. He might have taken her away from us for, future celebrations, but he'll never take that smile away.
The family says they'll focus on their memories with Molly.
She's just a beautiful girl.
But the lifelong runner says this situation has changed her routines. Morrison says she'll take some precautions before heading out on the trails throughout Poweshiek County.
My husband actually just got me a taser because I'm training for half marathon, and it's really scary just to go out there.
Jordee, you talked exclusively with Mueller and his father about their lawsuit. What'd they say?
Yes, and ideally the Mueller family would like to get all of these scholarships awarded back to the students. And while the Mueller family says they can absorb the cost of losing this scholarship, they're suing the university for the families that can't.
Ben Mueller wasn't always set on attending the University of Iowa, but he says the UI made an offer.
Too good to be true.
As an economics major, he likes the school's program. What he liked even more was paying less than $1,000 a year in tuition.
Meet certain standards, but as long as you do that, I had no reason to believe it was at risk.
Not the case, as last Thursday the university cut the Heritage Scholarship. For students like Ben, it means losing about $1,500 in tuition.
He's worked hard through high school, and he's worked hard since he's been here. And the kids held up their end of the bargain.
With help from Des Moines-based law firm Wandro and Associates, Mueller sued the UI. The suit claims stripping away scholarships violate the 5th and 14th constitutional amendments.
It's a taking. This is the property of the students. It doesn't belong to the university. It's already been committed.
And the Muellers claim there's another legal issue with the fine print. They say the original scholarship had no clause allowing the university to take the money back. But an email sent to Ben Mueller last week now states the university could.
I went onto this internet archiving tool and discovered that that URL had been changed from the one that they had sent him last April. So the original one didn't have that language at all.
Other UI students echoed that sentiment.
When I received that 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now, that wasn't a condition that was ever told, was ever signed upon or agreed upon.
Madison Davenport is a sophomore at Iowa who chose the university based on the scholarships.
Deciding between going in-state or out-of-state, and out-of-state was obviously socially and more, you know, I get to explore, go other places for college, but staying at the university and staying in Iowa City, at the end of the day, when looking at the numbers financially, it was just way smarter.
Without these funds, many students say they wouldn't go to Iowa, and now Ben Mueller questions whether he'll stay.
I've been talking with my parents a little bit about ISU and similar schools, but, you know, I mean, nothing's decided for now.
Now, I did reach out to the University of Iowa. Officials there again say that they are taking away these scholarships because of state cuts from the budget.
I wonder if we're bent too tight.
Attention to each detail. Bruce Newell says each prosthetic needs to fit comfortably.
Does it hurt on that side?
No. 6-year-old Jack Williams is in for his third fitting. Together, they're making this arm a perfect fit.
We could put the Velcro under this.
Put the Velcro under it, you think?
Yeah.
We can try that.
Jack's arm is just the latest in the more than 100 prosthetics Newell's made. Newell's production became so large, he even opened up a shop in the basement of Waterloo's Goodwill store.
I have been printing out of my garage, which, you know, it wasn't real nice, but it did work.
After retiring, Newell says he began to notice how many children don't have arms or hands. That reason alone made him want to help.
I got to watch myself. When you see them get a hand on and they see them move it or something like that and they've never had it, it'll bring tears to your eyes. I can guarantee that.
Kiddos like Jack, who lost his arm at just 1 month old.
He was a premature baby and he had a sore on his arm. We didn't know what that was. It ended up that there was a clot in his armpit, impeding blood flow into that arm.
Is that better?
The Williams contacted Newell about 3 weeks ago. In just that short time, he created this arm.
Can you turn your arm enough to do that?
Newell says this prosthetic will be ready to use in just a few days.
We'll get it for you yet, I promise you that.
Then this rambunctious 6-year-old will be ready with both arms for summer.
A front flip with 2 hands.